Hello Live Wires, Heather Boyd Wire here. Welcome to day 6 of the 10-day Wire Bookmark Making Challenge. Be sure to check out all the details below the video to learn how to participate in the challenge and win great prizes like wire and tools from Beadalon, templates and tutorials from my Etsy DIY shop, and custom-made wire jewelry from my Etsy shop. Today we're making musical note bookmarks. I'm using 16 gauge copper and 1.5 millimeter aluminum wire. I've got my tools. So we'll start with a 15-inch piece of 16 gauge artistic wire. The length will depend on how big you want to make your bookmark. So I'm going to do a little loop in the halfway point and then bend it out with my flat pliers about an inch or so from the end. So we're going to bend those straight out and then with the flat pliers bend the wires straight down at a sharp angle on either side. That little loop will be centered there, so we have our beginning point. And then I'm going to do my spirals, and I like to use the cone to do the spirals. I'll link up below where you can purchase these ring display cones, or I have a video on how to make your own cone as well. So we're going to just twist the wire around. You can also use the end of an icing maker if you have that in your kitchen. There's all kinds of ways you could do these spirals. So we've just twisted them around even number of times. If your wires are the same length, then you're going to get your spirals more even, and we're going to clip the ends flush and then take our round pliers and just make a little closed loop with the ends of the wires. So the 16 gauge wire is a little stiff. You can make these smaller with 18 gauge wire, and if you want to use the 1.5 millimeter aluminum wire, it is quite a bit softer. So now what we do is just push those little loops in to collapse this spiral. So we're just going to push it in with our tools and then with our fingers just to compress them. And we'll use our round pliers to make sure they're even. You can do any little tweaks and adjustments so that the wires are evenly spaced. Just get the pliers in there and push it one way and the other just to even them out a little bit. Take your time with it. Sometimes it takes a little bit of wiggling, just a little flick of the wrist to turn the wire a little more, and then get your flat pliers to press it down. And then at that point you can flatten them with a hammer, or you can use a rolling mill, and you can also use a pasta maker. I'll link up some tutorials to show you how to do that. So there you have your flat wire bookmark, and it just slides in the book like that, so it looks like the note and then a little hook at the back. For the second one, I'm using the 1.5 millimeter aluminum wire. You'll see it's quite a bit softer than the copper wire, and we're going to start in the same manner with that little loop and then bend the wires straight down, and we'll make a single spiral. Remove it from the cone, and then we're going to make a little closed loop in the middle. Just turn that end around and then collapse the spiral and adjust it a bit. You'll see this is quite a bit softer and easier to manipulate than the copper wire. So make your little adjustments, straighten it out a bit. And from there we'll get our flat pliers and then make a sharper little bend and curve that end around. I've cut my wire a little long, better too long than too short, and then we're going to clip it flush. And from there you can flatten the wire again. So now to put it in the book, we're just going to hook it right on, and there's your little note and how it looks at the back. Thanks so much for watching the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for all kinds of wire art and jewelry making tutorials. You can share photos of your work from the challenges in the 10-Day Challenges private Facebook group for the duration of the challenge only. If the challenge is over, you can still join the group to view work from previous challenges and stay tuned for future challenges. Thank you to Beadalon for supplying the prizes for my 10-day challenges. Thank you to everyone who participates and shares their beautiful creations. And we'll see you the next time.